Hello, DSU athletes. Congratulations on an outstanding year at Dakota State and for your tremendous individual and team accomplishments. In a few moments, Nick and Corey will begin announcing the various awards for the 2019-20 season. But I'd like to give you a brief summary of all that our Trojan athletes have accomplished this year. It's been a year to remember. DSU finished first in the Commissioner's Cup standing, which identifies the top athletic program in the North Star Athletic Conference. While we were only able to finish the fall and winter seasons, DSU led the league with 46.75 points in a closely contested finish. This is the first time that the Trojans have won this award in North Star history. DSU won conference titles in men's cross country, women's cross country, and men's indoor track and field. Two of those three titles were repeat championships for the Trojans. The women's volleyball team qualified for the NAIA National Championships for the first time in program history, and the women's basketball team won a record 10 consecutive North Star Conference games. DSU finished with 4 All-Americans and 75 All-Conference athletes in 2019 and 20 in a season-shortened year. In the classroom, DSU had 46 North Star Athletic Association Scholar athletes for the fall semester, and this was the most by any school in the North Star Conference. The spring semester scholar athletes will not be released for a couple more weeks, but we're expecting an outstanding performance by our spring athletes as well. Our coaches also received recognition for their outstanding efforts. Coach Anthony Dreeland was named the men's cross country and men's indoor track and field coach of the year. This is the second consecutive time that Coach Dreeland has won both these awards. In women's basketball, Coach David Moe was selected by his peers as the North Star Coach of the Year. In a year shortened by a pandemic, which forced the cancellation of our spring sports season, the Dakota State athletes displayed their best. We're proud of all that you've accomplished as a team, in the classroom, and in the community. And now for the awards.
Hello, Trojan Nation. My name is Nick Hanneman, Sports Information Director at Dakota State University. I want to welcome you to our 2020 Dakota State University Annual Athletic Award.
My name is Cody Welly. I am an assistant professor of computer and cyber sciences here at Dakota State University.
You can also see him around at DSU sporting events, taking pictures, videos, any way help at Dakota State University Athletics. So thank you, Cody, for coming to help with this award. Despite the COVID-19 that impacted the world, including live sports, we are proud to bring you a beautiful award presentation. We are here to celebrate some of our amazing student athletes who have worked so hard during the 2019-20 academic year. Our first award statement will highlight the DSU athletic team that either won the North Star Athletic Association Conference Championship and or qualify for the NAIA National Tournament or meet. We would like to recognize the DSU men's cross country team that captured the second straight NXAA Conference Championship. The Trojans dominated the conference meet with the low score of 29 points, capturing the 8th conference title in program history. DSU recorded 7 runners in the top 15 and qualified for the NAIA National Meet in Vancouver, Washington. The Trojans finished 21st at the National Meet, paced by Gina Williams-Hero, who earned NAIA All-American status by placing 6th in the 8K race. DSU also finished 21st in the NAIA National Poll, the first time since September 2010, when DSU was ranked as high as number 17 in the top 25 national poll.
Staying on the same page in cross country, the Trojan women's cross country team earned its first NSAA conference title in program history. Dakota State earned a share of the North Star Conference title with Dickinson State, with each team scoring 41 points. It's the first time since 1997 that the Trojans have won a conference women's cross-country title. As a result, the Trojan women's cross-country team qualified for the NAIA cross-country meet in Vancouver. At the national meet, Dakota State was the top North Star Conference place finisher, edging Dickinson State by 21 points for an overall 31st place finish. Congratulations to the Trojans men's and women's cross-country teams on their amazing season.
Moving on, we would like to recognize the Trojan volleyball team. DSU finished in a two-way tie for second in the NSAA Conference Standings and earned a number 2 seed for the postseason conference tournament. The Trojans advanced to the tournament championship match for the second straight year before falling to number 1 seed and league champion for Kerbal. Dakota State earned an at-large bid for the NAIA Volleyball National Tournament opening round for the first time in program history. The Trojans were ranked number 22 in the final NAIA Top 25 national poll, which was also a first in program history. Dakota State finished their impressive season with an overall record of 19-13 after falling short in the national tournament opening round. Barbara Bonito earned her second straight NAIA All-American honor, listed on the third team. She is the first volleyball athlete to be named an NAIA All-American in program history. Congratulations to the DSU volleyball team on another amazing season.
Finally, we would like to honor the Trojan men's track and field teams from the last 2 years. In the spring of 2019, Dakota State won its first ever North Star Athletic Association outdoor track and field conference title, with a conference meet record of 230 points. It was the first outdoor men's track and field conference title since 1997. We would also like to recognize Tyler Lems, who ended his amazing track and field career in the spring of 2019. He placed 5th in the discus throw at the NAIA Outdoor Track and Field National Meet, becoming the first DSU discus thrower to become a 2-time NAIA All-American. He also twice earned the NSAA Field Athlete of the Meet honors and finished with 11 total all-conference throwing honors during his career at Dakota State.
During the 2019-20 season, Dakota State earned its second consecutive NSAA Indoor Track and Field Conference title, leading by just 7 points before heading into the final 2 events of the conference meet. The Trojans outscored Dickinson State 32-4 to cruise to the second straight NSAA Indoor Track and Field Conference title. Head coach Anthony Whedon was named the Conference Coach of the Year in the following sports: men's outdoor track and field in the spring 2019, men's cross country for fall of 2019, and men's indoor track and field in 2020. Congratulations to everyone. Each sports team has a representative who best exhibits the core values of the championship character of the National Association in the College Athletics and North Star Athletic Association Conference. Through the Champion Character Program, the NAIA and the NSAA school provides training for student athletes and professional development for coaches and staff by emphasizing the 5 core values of resilience, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and service leadership. DSU student athletes embrace the program and are involved in a variety of activities within the community and the campus.
Today, we recognize the following champions of character. Please note that some of these student athletes were previously recognized with a medal during their sports' conference championship meet. Let's start with the fall sports season. In volleyball, Peyton Johannesson. In football, John Trout. In women's cross country, Dracia Christensen. In men's cross country, Nick Brueggemann. Moving on to the winter sports season. In women's indoor track and field, Juliet Rios. In men's indoor track and field, Kenan Kelly. And Joshua Snook at the NAIA National Indoor Track and Field National Meet. In women's basketball, Lindsay Vogel. In men's basketball, Josh McReel. Now for the spring sports. In softball, Mel Krapp. In baseball, Micah DeHardy. In women's outdoor track and field, Josie Wolf. In men's outdoor track and field, Matthew Dunn. Congratulations to all of the champions of character athletes, and thank you for the example you provide for your team members.
The next statement at DSU Athletic Award is to Star Athlete. I want to note that there is a new criteria for this year for the Susquehanna NAIA Star Athlete. In the past, the NAIA has been recognizing the Star Athletes at the conclusion of each sports season. Beginning with the 2019-20 academic year, the NAIA will honor all the Star Athletes during the month of July. Athletes chosen for this award must maintain a minimum grade point average of 3.5 on a 4.0 scale and must achieve junior academic status. Stay tuned to the DSU Athletic website on dsuathletic.com for the list of the National Star Athletes. Now we would like to recognize the Star Athletes from the fall sports season. A total of 46 athletes from Dakota State were named to the conference academic excellence list, the most DSU Star Athletes honored during the fall season since joining the North Star Conference in 2013-14. DSU had the most Star Athletes overall in the conference. Again, the NSAA Conference Winter and Spring Sports Team Star Athletes list will be announced later this summer. To be eligible for this selection to the North Star Conference Academic Awards, a junior athlete must achieve a cumulative grade point average of 3.25 on a 4.0 scale and must participate in the junior varsity or varsity contest. Here is the following fall sport athletes that received the conference Star Athlete honor. Congratulations to all those Star Athletes.
Now we move on to all conference awards. We want to honor the athletes who received the North Star Athletic Association All Conference Honors for their outstanding performance in an intercollegiate sport for the 2019-2020 season. 12 DSU athletes were named to the NSAA Football All-Conference teams, with 5 athletes selected to the first team. 3 of these athletes, Brody Fredrickson, Caleb Nielsen, and Brandon Schmidt repeated as first-team All-Conference. The Trojans also had 4 athletes listed on second team, and 4 athletes were named honorable mention. In volleyball, Barbara Brasino and Samantha Zell repeated as NSAA Volleyball first-team All-Conference selections. Hannah Jelema was named to the second-team All-Conference squad.
Moving on to the cross country, 4 Trojan men runners received all-conference honor. Brady Hugo repeated as the most valuable runner after winning the conference meet. Michael Hu, Alex Good, and Taylor Gibson also earned NSAA All-Conference. On the women's side, Ashley Robertson, Jada Christensen, and Jada Anderson each earned NSAA All-Conference honor after placing in the top 10 in the conference meet.
In women's basketball, 3 Trojan athletes were selected to the All-Conference team. Jessie Giles was selected first-team All-Conference, as well as being listed on the NAIA Division II Women's Basketball All-America Honorable Mention team. Morgan Kepsel was named NSAA All-Conference second team. She was also voted the conference's Newcomer of the Year. Savannah Walsdorf was named to the NSAA All-Conference Honorable Mention. David Moe was selected the NSAA Women's Basketball Coach of the Year after fueling the Trojans to a 10-game winning streak during the season, compiling their first winning season since the 2007-2008 season. DSU's Josh McGreal was named to the North Star Athletic Association Men's Basketball All-Conference second team.
24 Dakota State athletes received all-conference honor at the North Star Athletic Association Indoor Track and Field Conference meet. The Trojans tallied 8 women and 16 men athletes on the all-conference list. DSU recorded all-conference honor in 7 different women events, while the men received all-conference awards in 40 events. Here is the list of the 2020 NSAA Indoor Track and Field All-Conference athletes. Also, Brady Hugo, Cameron Harmony, and Joshua Snoop were each named the conference most valuable athletes of the meet honors. Each DSU athlete recorded 20 points at the meet. It was the second straight year that Snoop was named the most valuable indoor athlete of the meet.
Also, in softball from last spring, 2 returners from this year's team were named to the North Star Athletic Association Softball All-Conference First Team. They are Nicole Stewart and Lally Lopez. Congratulations to everyone. Now it's time for the DSU Athletics Annual Awards. The Dusty Anderson Memorial Award is presented each year to an outstanding male basketball or baseball athlete who exhibits active participation in campus activities. The award is named for Dusty Anderson, who was a letter winner in both basketball and baseball at Dakota State from 1966 through 1969. In addition to his athletic involvement, Dusty was active as the vice president of the varsity club and was a member of the Student Senate, the band, and the Physical Education Majors Club. Dusty died in an automobile accident on homecoming in 1969. This year, the recipient of the Dusty Anderson Memorial Award is Josh McGreal of the men's basketball team. Josh was named a North Star men's basketball second-team all-conference recipient in 2019-2020. He led the team with 447 points in the 2019-2020 season, averaging 17.9 points per game. He was 182 of 261 from the field, drained 30 three-pointers in 79 tries, and converted 53 of 68 free throws. He ranked 42nd nationally in the NAIA Division II in field goal percentage. Josh averaged 5 rebounds per game and recorded 16 blocks. In 13 North Star Conference games, he averaged 20 points, which was the second best scoring average in the NSAA. He also posted 5.7 rebounds per game. He shot 108 of 204 from the field for 52.9%, which was the 6th best field goal percentage in the NSAA conference. Josh was also awarded the NSAA Champions of Character Award for 2 straight years. Congratulations, Josh. Our next and final segment of the awards show is to announce the DSU Most Outstanding Athletes. The Athlete of the Year awards are presented to outstanding athletes who have demonstrated excellence and leadership in their respective athletic field. The award selections are made by the coaching staff. For the first time in school history, there will be a total of 5 athletes named to this Most Valuable Athlete award. DSU is pleased to recognize the following individuals for their outstanding performance.
This year we have 2 recipients being named as the Outstanding Male Athlete of the Year. Our first recipient is Braden Hero from cross country and track and field team. Braden had another amazing season as he added 2 more NIA All-American honors, totaling 4 All-American selections. In the fall, Braden won 3 individual cross-country titles. He won his 2nd straight North Star Athletic Association Cross-Country Conference Championship title, while earning the NSAA Most Valuable Runner for the 2nd consecutive year. He propelled the Trojans to the 2nd straight NSAA Men's Cross Country Team title and advances to the NIA National Meet in Vancouver, Washington. At the National Meet, Braden played his stick with a time of 25 minutes, 4 seconds, which is the 4th fastest time in DSU men's cross country history. His 6th place finish at the National Meet is the highest ever in DSU men's cross country program history. He completed an impressive college cross country career as a 4-time NSAA All-Conference and 2-time NIA cross country All-American runner. At the recent NSAA Indoor Track and Field Conference Championship, Braden captured the 1 mile and 3,000 meter races to help the Trojans to earn back-to-back NSAA Conference team titles. He and teammates Cameron Harmon and Joshua Snoop tied the Most Valuable Athlete of the meet, where each scored 20 points in the conference meet. Braden ran in the NIA Indoor Track 5,000 meters for the 2nd straight year. He finished as the 4th fastest runner in the field of 21 in the semifinal round on the first day of the national meet with a time of 14 minutes, 51.40 seconds. On the final day of the national indoor track meet, Braden collected another NIA Indoor Track All-American honor after finishing 5th with a time of 14 minutes, 52.77 seconds. In all, Braden collected a total of 15 North Star Athletic Association All-Conference honors in cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. Due to COVID-19 that canceled the current springboard season, Braden is scheduled to return next spring to complete the outdoor track season. Congratulations, Braden.
Our second recipient for the DSU Outstanding Male Athlete of the Year award goes to Broderick Fredrickson of the football team. Broder broke a 40-plus-year-old school record in rushing this season. He set a new school record for career rushing with 3,487 yards, breaking the previous record held by Jeff Rodman, who tallied 3,339 rushing yards from 1973 to 1976. Brody also tied Rodman's 1976 single-season record with 15 rushing touchdowns. In 2018, Brody set a single-season rushing mark with 1,387 yards, surpassing the old school record of 1,370 rushing yards set by Jim Jansen in 1978. Brody was named to the North Star Athletic Association Football All-Conference First Team as a return specialist, and was also named a second-team All-Conference running back in 2019. He was named NSAA Football All-Conference in 2017 and 2018. He was listed on the NAIA Football All-American Honorable Mention list in 2018. Congratulations, Brody.
Now we are going to recognize the DSU Outstanding Female Athlete of the Year. For the first time in school history, the DSU Athletic Department will be honoring 3 of our student athletes. Our first is a repeat selection from last year, which is Barbara Bonillo from the volleyball team. She is the first Trojan to be named an NAIA volleyball third-team All-American this past fall. Also was an honorable mention recipient in 2018. She was named to the American Volleyball Coaches Association NAIA All-Region First Team and North Star Athletic Association Volleyball All-Conference First Team for 2 straight seasons. Barbara was 5th in the North Star Conference with 3.2 kills per step, 6th in total kills with 387, 6th in kills per step with an average of 4.0, 7th in total goods with 480, and 13th in 35 service acres. She was 8th in the NSAA Conference in hitting percentage of .208. Barbara completed her impressive career with 734 kills, 943 goods, 82 service acres, and 66 blocks for Chicago State. She played in 239 total starts during her career, averaging 3.1 kills and 4.0 goods per step. Barbara was a junior member of the Trojan volleyball team that reached the NSAA volleyball postseason conference tournament championship match for the last 2 seasons. She was also a member of the DSU volleyball team that qualified for the first ever NAIA volleyball national tournament opening round, as well as being ranked in the NAIA top 25 at number 22 for the first time in school history. Congratulations to Barbara on your amazing career at DSU.
Our second recipient for the DSU Outstanding Female Athlete of the Year is Treya Hubbard of the track and field team. She collected 22 points in the throwing events in the 2019 North Star Athletic Association Outdoor Track and Field Championships, earning her the conference's Most Valuable Field Athlete of the Meet award. She won the conference discus throw with a meet record of 142 feet and placed third in the hammer throw and shot put. She also qualified for the 2019 NAIA Outdoor Track and Field National Championships, where she finished 11th out of 21 throwers in the discus. At the recent NSAA Indoor Track and Field Championships, Treya set a school record of 51 feet 1/4 inches to win the weight throw title. She also earned a runner-up honor in the shot put after throwing 42 feet 11 3/4 inches. She qualified for the NAIA Indoor Track and Field National Meet in the shot put, where she finished 5th with a school record throw of 45 feet 11.5 inches. Treya made school history by becoming the first DSU women's indoor shot put thrower to be named NAIA All-American, as well as the first DSU qualifier for the NAIA Women's Indoor Track and Field Championship meet since 2011. Congratulations, Treya.
Now our third recipient for the DSU Outstanding Female Athlete of the Year, Nicole Stewart of the softball team. She was selected to the North Star Athletic Association softball first team all-conference squad for 3 straight years before the 2019-20 season. She led the team with .436 batting average, which is the 5th best single season tour record in 2018-19. He also recorded 16 doubles, 89 total bases, .636 slugging percentage, and .459 on-base percentages during her junior season. When the COVID-19 pandemic impacted the world, Nicole played her final career college softball in Tucson, Arizona on March 13. She went 2 of 3 at the plate with a double and hitting a 2-run home run on her final career at-bat. She owned the DSU all-time career record with 22 home runs and 51 doubles. Nicole is listed in numerous children's softball top 10 record lists. Her DSU all-time record includes second in hit with 189 and total bases with 306 total bases. She is third with 99 RBIs, fourth in batting average with .395, fifth with 478 at-bats, seventh in both fielding percentages with 95.9 percentages and 378 putouts, and eighth with 71 runs scored. Congratulations, Mrs. Nicole, on an impressive career at Dakota State University. Before we close out the awards show, the Dakota State University Athletics Department would like to honor 3 additional people. 2 DSU athletic staff and supporters of DSU retired this past spring. Combined, they have worked at Dakota State for more than 75 years. Dr. Julie Dittman has served in many roles throughout her 41 years at Dakota State. She began as a women's basketball coach and instructor in 1978. From 1980 to 1991, her lady team won 10 South Dakota Inter-College Conference titles in 11 years. In 1985, she took on the guard role as athletic director and coach. She left athletics in 1996 to become the dean of the College of Education. She served as the athletic director 2 more times, an interim role in 1999 and 2012. She also served as the provost, associate provost, and interim dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Dittman was named SDIC's Coach of the Year 5 times in 7 years, from 1984, 87, and 1990. In 1984, she was named the South Dakota Women's College Coach of the Year by the South Dakota Sports Writers Association. She was inducted in the DSU Hall of Fame in 2006 and has been part of multiple teams which have been inducted.
Carla Udengay has been a senior secretary at Dakota State for 36 years, 34 of those in athletics. She received the Terry Ryan Distinguished Service Award 3 times in 2010, 2017, and 2020. This award is given to those people who go above and beyond to help DSU athletics. In her years at Dakota State, she has served on various committees. She's also served as president of the Career Service Association on campus and was a member of the Campus Community Emergency Response Team in 2004. In recent years, the Trojan Athletic Club fans also know that Carla is the chef who prepared the great food at the VIP suite for football games and the hospitality room for all volleyball and basketball home games. The DSU athletic staff want to say congratulations to these 2 wonderful people for their dedication. Enjoy your retirement.
Finally, this past fall, we lost DSU #1 fan. We want to remember our university's first Jew, Don King, who passed away peacefully in his sleep. Don was the biggest fan and supporter for Dakota State University athletics. He attended numerous sporting and fundraising events since his arrival at Dakota State University in 2015, when his wife, Dr. Jo Marie Griffin, became president of the university. Don enjoyed the opportunity to get to know the athletes and coaches individually. All of us at Dakota State University, we miss you a lot, Don. And that concludes our Dakota State University Athletic Annual Awards Show. Thank you for joining us, and I want to say thank you to Corey for helping me with this beautiful awards show. Remember, be safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, and know that we are Trojan fine. We will see you next time, Trojan Nation.